Hello everyone. We're back to doing the Great Ace Attorney. Volume on my microphone. Well, it's because we did a lot of. Hold on, I gotta wait for OBS first. Okay, I'm gonna.
Yeah, that sounds like on that client. I have an app, so it's probably blaring the guy's ear.
Okay, let me check something. Because we unplugged the plug stuff and moved my PC around to make sure that the cat I don't know why it's doing that. I can't write in there. All right, that should be good. All right, that sounds a lot better. Okay, so future plans for Acme Studios. I don't know how well you guys can see the picture because on Twitch it seems rather dark. It could be just my laptop because okay, but I am adjusting a few things to make the quality higher without jumping to 4K, 2K or stuff like that.
But you're seeing on that one right there.
I injected this with HDR colors. Are you ready, Di? Here we are again at the scene of the crime. Now to thrust these representation papers in Gregson's face and see what he makes of them. Hello again, Inspector. Do you mind, do you have a minute, please? What is it now? We should go home and get some rest. Here you are, Gregsy. Here are the representation papers. Your ladyship! How? I don't believe it. How the devil did you get that stubborn little ragabash to sign that? I salute you. That is good work, that is. I can see you've been very busy here as well. How about some tea? It's a special blend designed to relieve fatigue. Look. Mamma mia! Ah, lovely. Well, let's see now. Yes, I hardly feel tired at all. I'm fit as a fiddle, your ladyship. Would it be alright if we investigated the scene of the crime then? Do as you please. You know where it happened? Through that door behind the counter. Yes, the storeroom. That's where I discovered Mr. Windybank and Gina. Right, well, I'll be getting back to business then. Will you be investigating the storeroom as well, Inspector? If I'm perfectly honest, we need to wrap this up before long. Can't afford to spend too much time on it. Well, there are so many articles to go through, it's taking forever, even with the lads working round the clock. There's a problem, because there's another case the yard needs to investigate urgently. That must be what Lord Strongheart meant by far more serious matters before. So what I'm saying is, don't get under my feet, Sunshine. Come then, let us not waste any time. I suppose. Behind that door is the storeroom, isn't it? That's what Greg C. said. Yes, and that's where I saw that dreadful scene last. Through the little window in the door. Mr. Windybank, face down on the floor, Regina beside him. As the accused legal representative, you have the right to examine the scene, Mr. Nadahudo. Technically not. We must make a thorough investigation. Yes, of course. And we will. Behind that door, that's the real scene of the crime. Don't worry, if there are clues in there, I'll find them. Poor Iris. She's clammed up completely. Iris is bound to find this difficult. After all, Mr. Windybank's life was taken in this very room only last night. Ah! Wait, Inspector. What is it now, Sunshine? You took one look at me and tried to run away. You think a Scotland Yard inspector would run away from some jumped-up little defense lawyer, do ya? Well, I've never seen a relationship looking like that before, is the thing. I didn't know what to say to her. So, you weren't running away from me. You were running away from a 10-year-old. I'm afraid that is all a little much for young Iris. Some gentle reassurance might go a long way, perhaps, Inspector. Eh? Ahem. Don't trouble yourself unduly, your ladyship. I mean, at least you're not dead, are you? I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I don't think that went very well. Ah, boy. Why? Look, I'm in the middle of an investigation here, Sunshine. I told you not to get under my feet. And we have investigating to do ourselves. Yes. I'd like to hear more of what the socially inept inspector has to say. Oh, Hurley. And inquire into how Mr. Sholmes' operation is going. Well, Inspector, what do you make of the crime scene here? Shaw! You've got eyes, haven't you? Use them. This is what it looks like. Nothing more, nothing less. Iris, could you lend me a hand? Oh, Gregsy, what do you make of the crime scene here? Oh, yes, your ladyship. Do allow me to humbly explain. Last night, and shortly after the hour of 1 o'clock in the morning, Scotland Yard police attended the scene. The one and only door to his storeroom was found locked from the inside. So it was locked from the inside. The lock appears to be broken now, though. Was that the police officer's doing? Quite right, ma'am, quite right. We took the liberty of smashing the door in as humbly as possible. Oh. As you can see, the victim was discovered prostrate on the floor of Blesswise. And next to the aforementioned body, we discovered the vile gutter child. Are you talking about Ginny? She's my friend, you know, Inspector. This Lestat, the hapless girl, was curled up on the floor dead to the world. She's still alive, you know. Yes, when I saw her, she appeared to be unconscious. And I'm afraid to say she had the gun that was used in her hand. No! Presumably, it's the gun that's still down there on the floor now. In her pocket, we found the key to the door as well. What? The key to the storeroom? And you say the storeroom had been locked from the inside, Inspector? Correct. All of which leaves her ladyship's friend. In something of a sticky situation, I'm afraid. Obviously, my personal opinion is that it's all some sort of misunderstanding. Of course it is, Inspector. Of course it is. Trixie, do you know anything about Hurley? Is the operation finished? Is Hurley alright? Is he? Oh, well, the thing is, don't mince your words, Inspector, please. You don't mean to say that Mr. Sholmes is... No, the operation... The operation's done and dusted. It's just that, well... Out with it! Yes, ma'am! They use something called a general anesthetic. It's the latest thing. Renders the whole body insensitive. The whole body? Anesthetized? Anesthetic? Is that even possible? It means the operation can be completed while the patient is fast asleep. Goodness. In the Empire of Japan, we can just manage to provide laughing gas for a tooth extraction. But the trouble is, the latest thing isn't always the greatest thing, if you follow my meaning. They couldn't get the medicine to work at first, so it took hours for him to nod off. Or so I hear. Well, that's kind of the way it is now. Because that's not been improved in any way or thing. It does take some time for you to actually nod off. And now that the op's finished, they can't get him to wake up apparently. Oh my! No one knows if the anesthetic's still in his system or if the bloke's just plain exhausted. So it does take time for the anesthetic to actually wear out of the body. There are some people that has a high resistance to it, that either the anesthetic doesn't work at all or they wake up mid-procedure. But anyway, all they can do is stand back and watch until he comes round again. Early. The moment he opens his eyes, your ladyship, I swear I shall get word to you. What a surprise. Even in matters of life and death, Mr. Sholmes has to do things his way. I think we just this is a revolver, a real one, and quite possibly the murder weapon used to take Mr. Windybank's life. Now, if you think about this accurately, I don't think it was possible to be shot in the back in the position that they were in, because he fell forward, which his back was directly facing the door. So I don't think that there was a possibility she shot him. I think this guy was shot through that tiny little window. That's my thought on it. What's the matter, Susie? You and Bruno look like you're about to faint. Oh, it's just that I've rarely seen a gun in the flesh. And I've had issues with guns in the past. But anyway, we saw Mr. Windybank with this yesterday, didn't we? I shall have to take my own life. It must be the same gun. Last night, I looked through the spy hole in the door to the storeroom here. That was the same gun I saw in Gina's hand. Mr. Windybank told us that he only ever had a single bullet loaded in his revolver, didn't he? Well, it's empty now. The one and only bullet he had in his gun has been fired. So we can be fairly certain that only a single shot was fired from this revolver. You just have to find where the bullet went. The police have marked the position of the body with a chalk line. Poor Mr. Windybank. He was a nice old man. Well, he was shot just once, through the heart. Most likely, the fellow died instantly. He wouldn't have felt a thing. Aha! May well be able to help with that. What? There's nothing like the sight of blood to get the blood pumping, is there, Bruno? I have a feeling I'm not as bloody-minded as you, Iris. I'm afraid this sight of blood makes my blood run cold. There you have it, you see. When it comes to blood, we're all different types. Yes, what a scientific observation. So you need this. Oh, no. What is that scary-looking thing? Shirley and I haven't actually come up with a name for it yet. But as soon as you see it in action, you'll understand what it does. What? Oh! The color of the bloodstain is changed. There, does it make sense now? Yes, I think I'm starting to understand. Good. It works on the principle that different people have different types of blood, you see. Yes, how wonderful. The chemical it fires combines with the blood and makes it change color. So you can identify whose blood it is that you're looking at in a flash. Oh, what a fabulous invention, Iris. Isn't it? Isn't it? I bet Ginny would say it's bleeding great. So, whose blood are we looking at then? This must be Mr. Windybank's blood. Yes, this is where he was shot, so there can't be any question of that. This could turn out to be a very valuable clue. So we simply must make note of it. Well, yeah, let's keep testing and adding the results of any other blood analysis to the portfolio. As long as I have Regent left, sure. Look at all these articles that have been deposited. The room is stuffed full of them. I can't believe how many there are. Bicycle, a gramophone, musical instruments, even some enormous paintings. Look! Pieces of different people's lives, quietly gathering dust in here together. There's something very peaceful about the atmosphere in here. Or at least there would be, if not for the chalk outline on the floor and the policeman shuffling around. Not much I can do about that, Sunshine. Out of all the articles in this storeroom, this is the only thing that shows any sign of being ransacked. Ah! What is it, Iris? That's the box file that my manuscript was being kept in. Oh! Iris's unpublished story, The Hound of the Baskervilles. Surely that's not what all this is. Sorry, Iris, but if you ask me, he stole it. Without telling you. We must check inside the box at once. Yes. Ah! It was there! Iris's story was there! Really, it was? Well, that's good news, isn't it, Iris? Yes. I mean, of course, I believe Hurley when he said he deposited here, but still. It's a relief to actually see it. Really? Because that's not a very well hidden promise. Look at all these articles that have been deposited. The room is stuffed full of them. I can't believe how many there are. Well, we're all going to say the same. The Hound of the Baskervilles. How did Susato-san know the exact title of this unpublished story? I suppose I'll just have to wait until she's ready to... So sorry. Is that what I think it is? Your ladyship's latest? Yes, my latest story. It's called The Hound of the Baskervilles. A most fascinating title, your ladyship. Fascinating. And, I don't suppose, would there be any mention of my humble self in this tale this time? Good question. I can't really remember. I see. Well, why would you, your ladyship? I'll just await its publication with eager anticipation. You needn't worry, Inspector. I'm sure if you do appear, you won't be doing anything particularly remarkable. You're looking to be arrested, Sunshine. Didn't mean it like that, and even if I did, you wouldn't have bitten your ladyship's head off, would you? Don't have anything about that. And she's just gonna give him tea. Redemption ticket issued from the pawnbroker. Inspector, what do you make of this? Ah, what have we here then? A redemption ticket for an article deposited here, is it? Looks like someone ran out of office stationery and wrote the ticket on whatever paper was to hand. Yes, this is the ticket for for McGilda's overcoat. The one that little diver turned up with yesterday. Oh, actually, no, it's not. Really? Think you know better than me, do ya? No, I didn't mean to, Bruno's right, Trixie. It isn't the same ticket. Of course it isn't, of course it isn't. I never doubted you, your ladyship. So, what's all this about then, if I might be so bold as to ask? This is a second ticket. A second one? It seems that Mr. McGilda, in fact, had another article in storage here at Windy Bank. Is that right? I think we need to discuss this further with Inspector Mr. Nadahudo. Oh, good, because he's ever so easy to talk to. This ticket was in one of the pockets of Mr. McGilda's overcoat. Hey, you mean to tell me? Yes, there was more than just the music box. Yes. I should have insisted on the lads taking it back to the yard and examine it properly. Well, according to the details on this ticket, Mr. McGilda deposited another article here with Mr. Windybank. Yes, I can see it written here. Small box, was it? Do you have any idea where it is, Trixie? Any idea at all? It's another article belonging to Mr. McGilda. It could be an important clue. So, yes. I suppose it could be. Please, stop looking at me with those big turquoise eyes and full of hope and expectation. It's too much pressure. I'll lose my marbles, I will. I'll go barking. This is no time for dog impressions, Inspector. That's enough sauce from you, Sunshine. There is one thing that brings me. According to this ticket, the redemption's deadline's already passed, hasn't it? Oh yes, of course. Articles are only held for 2 months. So the small box will no longer be in here then. That's right. it's been forfeited. Which means it could be on the shelves in the front of the shop where the forfeited items are offered for sale. Yes, the shelves in front. We must search them at once. You're wasting your time. Oh? There are dozens of little boxes out there, hundreds each. Can't possibly know which one might have been McGilded. That information's not written in the ledger. Well, I think we should at least have a look just in case. Of course, your ladyship, of course. Very sensible of you, I'm sure. Getting old. Well, I guess that's what we're doing. That's a music box. Do you have them where you're from, Runo? Yes, but I've never seen one as large as this in Japan. Ah, well, this will be a treat. Shall we have a listen? What do you think? Isn't it a pretty sound? A beautiful sound, yes, but a little hard to enjoy when all the policemen in the room are giving you fierce looks. Never mind that. If any of them say anything, I'll tell Gregsy to have a word. Iris Wilson, Superintendent of Scotland Yard. I'm wondering if that's the box, though. Yes, this is where all the items that have been forfeited by their original owners are offered for sale. That's right, they've all got little price labels on them. There's so many. I wonder if the small box is ticketed with for is still on the shelves somewhere. Box that McGilded deposited here just over 2 months ago. Even if it were, finding it promises to be very troublesome. There are so many boxes. It could be any one of them. Mr. Sholmes said that a pawnbroker's was the safest place to store anything. More secure than a bank's vault. But perhaps the small box that Mr. McGilded contained something of great value. Well, if that's the case, he'd probably have kept it locked. Then we need to find every box with a lock and break them all open. Hi-ya! That sort of misconduct would get you arrested. I won't let that happen. This takes me back. It's been some time since Susato-san last year. Well, okay, so... There's the article ledger here. Mr. Windybank's note. What's this? It looks as though someone has left a little photographic print behind. Oh, look on the back! There's some writing. Is there? Oh, show us, Susie. Show us. 16th February, 10:30 p.m. Article deposited. One gentleman's overcoat. Loan amount paid £1. Redemption deadline 15th April, 10:30 p.m. A gentleman's overcoat pawned for £1? Clearly it was a very fine coat. In fact, I think... Yes, this must be the ticket for the overcoat that Ginny redeemed yesterday. And is still wearing, which belonged to McGilded. I would never have expected the redemption ticket to be handwritten on the back of a photograph, though. It seems Mr. Windybank just used whatever piece of paper he happened to have in hand. about this photograph of a cat? Looks very familiar, doesn't it? I'm sure I've seen this exact same picture somewhere else recently. Oh yes, you're right. Very recently. It's the same as the one Jeannie gave us earlier. Of course, I was forgetting that she gave us that print. Oh, what are you waiting for then, Mr. Naruhodo? Get it out. Try to write. Let the cogs turn. Yes, they are exactly the same. Well, they're not quite exactly the same. I've got it. These two photographs hide an amazing secret. A secret? What does she mean? You must tell us, Iris, at once. Do you really, really, really want to know? Yes, we need you to tell us all you know about this pair of photographs. So, Iris, about these two photographic prints. The one we found here on Mr. Windybank's counter and the one Gina gave us before. What is this amazing secret you mentioned that's hidden between these two identical prints? So, Dai, do you see a difference with these two pictures? I think the easiest to spot is to look at the cat's tail. No. I think, but if you look on the inside of the tail right there, see how much more of the snowman is on the right than on the left. I think that's the easiest way to tell. Yes. Yes, but the point that I'm getting at is that this is what? Yeah, you notice that. Yeah. So this, what I said before, this is part of a stereoscope. And if you remember having the magic eye that Disney came out with, all these little slide reels, I also think it's looking in different directions. I think you might be right about it looking in different directions. Actually, that's not quite right. Sorry? If you look carefully, the two prints aren't the same. Not exactly. They're not? Have another look at them now. Can you see that they're just slightly different from each other? I think so. Very subtle, though. But what's the reason for the subtle difference between the two prints? Ah, well, it's because they're a set, you see. No, I don't. This pair of photographs is meant to be used in a stereoscope. Everyone in London is raving about them at the moment. Ah, a stereoscope. Why do I feel as though I've heard that word before recently? Oh yes, that's what Mr. Sholm showed us yesterday. You see, there it is, just over there. Ah, yes, of course, that magical machine that makes pictures look almost real enough to touch. Well, actually, it's quite possible to see the same depth in pictures even without one of those contraptions. What, really? Do you know how a pair of flat photographic prints can appear to have any depth in the first place? No, I have no idea. Oh, wonderful. And I'll be able to tell you. She's over the moon, bless her. Did we let her explain though? We really need to carry on investigating the scene. I, for one, simply have to know. Have you ever considered, Bruno, how our eyes see depth in the world around us? Well, I just open them and it works. But the reason it works is because we have two eyes. Two eyes? Shocking. If you try closing just one eye at a time, I think you'll see straight away. What you see with your left eye and what you see with your right eye are ever so slightly different. You get a different view with each eye. Yes, the position of objects seem to shift slightly. Exactly, and in your head, your brain uses that shift to estimate depth as it merges the two views into one. That's how we can sense depth in everything we see. Ah, my brain really is amazing, isn't it? It does so much without telling me. Ah, I think I see. So, the pair of photographs consists of a left eye view and a right eye view. Is that right? Oh, well done, Susie. You're so quick. So, you can persuade your brain to merge the two pictures together in your head. You'd be able to see depth in these prints? Yes, Bruno. You're beginning to understand. And a stereoscope's function is to act as your brain and allow you to do just that. Yes, but as long as you have two images, two eyes, and one brain, you can actually do it yourself without needing a stereoscope at all. You can? Really? You know how you can do it, Di? I can't do it because I have astigmatism. Let's try it. Let's see if you can view this pair of prints without the help of a stereoscope. Oh yes, I'm dying to have a go. Sato-san really loves this kind of thing. You need to be able to cross your eyes. That's the main thing. Can you both do that? Cross my eyes? I think I can. Watch me and see if you can copy. Make your eyes do this. Alright, let me try. Are you ready, Mr. Nadahudo? There, how's that? Wonderful. Now it's your turn, Rudo. The trick is to concentrate on looking at the bridge of your nose with both eyes at the same time. Not exactly an easy task when people are staring at you cross-eyed. Alright, that's enough practice. Now let's try it looking at the print. Start by staring at one print and slowly cross your eyes. I'm gonna have you do this, Di. You should see two overlapping images like this. I derp most of the time anyways, I am aware. You try it now, Runo. I'm just going to have to give it a try, I suppose. Did the print split into 2 images for you? Now, the next step is to put the pair of prints side by side like this, and then try crossing your eyes again. It's harder with 2 images. The prints should slowly merge together until they form a new single image in the center. On a 3DS, this would have looked amazing. It's hard to do when you're paying attention to do it when it's not. Oh yes! Mr. Nadahudo, it works! I can see it in the middle now! It looks so real! Oh, I could look at it all day! No, you can't. Because your eyes will get so tired and strained and your muscles will start to tighten up. I wouldn't advise that. Your eyes might start to hurt. They will do more than hurt. Your eyes won't technically get stuck, it'll get stiff. Your turn, Runo. Pretend you're looking through the 2 pictures and slowly cross your eyes. I can't do it with my stigmatism. It's not that I can't cross my eyes. I just can't do it when I'm looking at something. I'll do it on. There are times I do it without realizing. Usually that happens to me when I'm tired, that I'll have one eye that moves. That's the lazy eye. Because I have that too. And sometimes when I use reading as a way to actually kind of control the stigmatism and the lazy eye. But when you're really tired, yes, Fairy go derb. Keep adjusting the position of your eyes until the 2 images overlap exactly in the middle. Like this. Is it? There, you managed it. So now you know how stereoscopic images work. Well, I don't know who discovered it, but it really is quite extraordinary. So, what do you think of these stereoscopic prints then, Bruno? They're certainly amazing, but it isn't easy to get the knack of viewing them properly. Now, some people find it easier than others, but that's why contraptions like this exist, for people who find it tricky. Oh, I recognize that. We saw one over there yesterday, didn't we? If I remember correctly, you press this little knob here, then set the pair of photographs in this stand at the back end. It's still amazing, even though I know roughly how it works now. Well, London seems to agree with you. Stereoscopes are very popular at the moment. You can find one of these folding contraptions in lots of households in the capital currently. But if these little machines are so affordable, surely there's no need to go around staring cross-eyed at pictures like you hate them. But it's much more satisfying to be able to see the effects with your own eyes. Oh, I think so in any case. Stereoscopic pictures. I'd never even heard of them until yesterday. I've certainly learned a lot about them, but I wonder if it's knowledge that I'll ever actually need. I think we need to examine the second one though. Mr. Nadahudo, I don't know if you've noticed, but there's something rather troubling here. I have noticed. BRB for a little. All right. All right. There's going to be an ad running, so we're going to go BRB for a moment. Alright, we're back. Welcome back, Di. What's that? The red smear, you mean? Yes, it looks like blood, doesn't it? I wondered if Sato-san had picked up on that. Well, in that case, yes, we need Iris. We should show this to her before we forget. Oh, that looks like blood. I would say it's from a gloved finger. Almost certainly a glove made of leather. Well, don't worry, Bruno. You can leave the rest to me. Look at that. Yes, that's a color we haven't seen before, isn't it? We simply must add it to the portfolio of blood samples. It could be an important clue. Although it would be nice to find out whose blood these different colors correspond to at some point. Well, this particular stain of blood. Oh, you've had an idea, haven't you? Do you know whose blood this is? I think I know whose blood this is. You're going to say no idea? How could I? We don't have a known sample of the same color. Without that, it's impossible to know. Oh, how very vexing. Wonder. But, well, it's true that the color doesn't help us. But what about considering how the mark came to be there in the first place? You might have an idea about that, mightn't you, Bruno? Not if you keep staring at me like that, no. Let's try again, shall we? Oh, this particular stain of blood. Oh, you've had an idea, haven't you? Do you know whose blood this is? Well, I think we're going to say I think I do. Yes, I have an idea whose blood it is. Not from the color it turned, but with a little deduction. That's right, I think it's clear. Iris, you know as well? You first, Bruno. Who do you think it belongs to? Alright, I believe that this is the blood of... Got an idea? We already know it's not Windy Bank. I don't remember a time where Gina shed any blood. I do know of a time where her hands were covered in blood, but then there was also a time Magnus McGilded's hands were covered in blood, but not quite as much. But he had a little bit of blood onto it. You think it's Magnus? Mr. McGilded? Yes, after all, this redemption ticket belonged to him. Oh, you don't think? You mean that during the incident on the omnibus? Yes, I expected so. It's a very clear print and no small amount of blood. So it must have resulted from a fairly serious accident, such as he might have sustained on the omnibus. Wait, but if I remember rightly, no sign of injury is found on Mr. McGilden at all. Oh. We're trying to work out who the blood came from, so we can rule out anyone who hadn't been bleeding straight away. Yes, I suppose we can. I'll have to think this through. Who do we know was bleeding at the time? So the only answer is this one. Thrice-fired Mason. You don't sound very sure of yourself the way you trailed off there. Well, it was 2 months ago now, that case. And of course I'd never met the victim, so I'm struggling to remember his name. He was definitely thrice-fired, though. The victim of the omnibus case? Yes, his name was indeed Thrice-Fired Mason. But that would mean that this blood stain was left on the ticket 2 months ago. Yes, I think it was. Tina brought this ticket here to Windy Bank yesterday. I'm suggesting that the blood stain was already on it at that time. So it's a smear of blood from that time that Mr. Mason was killed 2 months ago. Something else is coming back to me. Mr. McGilden was also wearing leather gloves that night. Now I ask, what good-hearted soul wouldn't rush to help a fellow bleeding from his stomach? You what up here? I wasn't about to start worrying about gloves now, was I? I reached out to give the man a hand. It certainly does look like a leather glove thumbprint, this mark. I put a new 8K cable on the TV. It's an 8K HDMI cable, and it's a little short. So we ended up having to move the PC so he couldn't knock it out. He's a rascal. Aren't you? You're a rascal. But we know that Mr. McGilden had no injuries at that time, anywhere on his body. Cookie, did I put you in the chat? From which we can conclude that any blood on the glove belonged to the victim, Mr. Mason. Mr. Nadahudo, you sound just like Mr. Sholmes. Minus the quirky slip-ups, I hope. Or minus the quirky slip-ups, I hope. Yes, I think you're right, Bruno. Very well. Let's make a note of this. The details of the pawnbroker's ticket for the code have been updated in the court record. The blood analysis data has been updated in the court record. This is that strange contraption that lets you see pictures of anything as if they were in front of your eyes. Makes you think, when Mr. Sholmes gleefully showed it to us yesterday, We were blissfully unaware that any of this was about to happen. The officer has been staring intently at the wall before we... Keep it down! Oh, sorry. I made you crew just here. Really? Then we must tell Grexy at once. As soon as I report it, that'll be it. I'll be stuck here even longer. Stuck here? What do you mean? I haven't been home 2 days already. I need another constable to relieve me and take over my shift. They really have a tough... That doesn't stop us investigating though, does it? No, I suppose not. Fairly sure it was the calendar he was staring at. Ah, look here. Ah, yes, a bullet hole. And I can see the bullet is still lodged in the wall. Presumably, Mr. Windybank wasn't practicing with his revolver in his spare time. Ah, well, Mr. Sholmes likes to practice in his drawing room whenever he can. He's very patriotic like that. Sorry? It's all there in the Adventures of Herlock Sholmes, you know. Isn't that right, Iris? Ah, did I write something like that? Hardly in jest, perhaps. In jest? Well, he doesn't do it often. It is quite a dangerous pastime. He doesn't do it often? He shouldn't even do it once. Forget that for now, Runo. Let's examine this bullet. What's that around the bullet hole? Is it blood? A suspicious red stain on the calendar. Aha! That is where I come in. Oh, right. Blood changes to be the same color as the samples from the storeroom. We'll know that it's Mr. Windybank's blood. Exactly. Here we go then. I don't think it's Windybank's blood. I'm going to be honest. It's completely different to the color than Mr. Windybank's blood turned in the analysis. It just goes to show things don't always go according to plan, do they? Nevertheless, we must add this sample to the rest of the other blood analysis. The blood samples portfolio has been updated in the core record. Ah! I nearly jumped out of my skin there. How could Mr. Windybank set such a wicked trap? I doubt he set out. I doubt he set out to scare anyone. Is that really the time? I think perhaps we should pay Gina another visit soon. Oh? Her trial is tomorrow. We must establish whether or not you will be defending her. I think we should ask her one more time. She may have changed her mind. She may have changed her mind. Don't you remember, Runo? You told her she could rip up the representation papers if she didn't want you to be her lawyer. Really? Did I say that? Yes, you did. The deadline for submitting the paperwork is fast approaching. In that case, we better hurry back to the prison and talk to Gina. I suppose. Ah, Tina, good. You're back. Ah, the police must have finished questioning her then. Oh, how was it, Ginny? Was it awful? Oh, didn't bother me. Thank you for the papers you signed before. It meant we were able to investigate at Windy Bank. Oh, right. Don't you want to know how we got on? We've been ever so busy. What's the point in that? Won't change, won't everyone, what everyone's saying. That I did it. That's not, we came to ask for your final decision. What this is, what tomorrow's trial? Will you let me defend you or not? Hey, Phoenix. I must submit the paperwork now if you'd like Mr. Naruhodo to represent you. I really lost her. She's really lost her fight all of a sudden. But I know what that feels like. The worry is just so hard to bear. Oh, alright then. Blimey, give it a rest with them eyes, Iris. So come on then, fill us in. Who done it? Unfortunately, we don't know that yet. Don't say. We don't know yet, Pete. Mr. Naruhodo and all of us know that you are innocent of this crime. And while we haven't yet managed to work out who the real culprit is, there are a number of interesting facts that we have managed to establish. Yeah? What? Well, for example, the reason for you being there in the first place. I think I know now why you broke into Windy Banks that night. Looks like I'm going to have to take some evidence that clearly reveals the reason. To thrust it into your face. Or I could present it to her calmly, I suppose. We already have the representation papers and other documents. All we have to do is hand them to the court clerk. That is, if you'll allow me to represent you in court tomorrow. Nah, don't bother. Ginny! Representation papers or whatever it's called. Just selling fancy enough to have a bit. So what will you do for tomorrow? I'll be fine. I don't think you will be. Look, it don't matter. What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen is gonna happen. There's one stubborn pickpocket. We found this in Mr. Windybank's storeroom. A manuscript of Iris's latest story. Ah! Oh, right. Well, that's good then. Curiously, the storeroom at Windybank showed no sign of being ransacked for items of value or the like, with one exception. The box file that housed this manuscript. It was you, wasn't it, Gina, who broke open the box containing this manuscript last night? You were determined to find out whether or not the Hound of the Baskervilles was really there. That's the real reason you broke into the storeroom last night, isn't it? Ah! Why don't you tell us what happened, please? Alright, yeah. This Baskerville story. The latest Holmes adventure, right? But it ain't been printed yet. So I figured it's gotta be worth a fair few pieces of silver, right? Oh yes, at least 5,000 pounds. What? So, you intended to sell Iris's manuscript, did you? Oh, Ginny, how could you? Wait, no! Hang on! Of course I weren't going to sell it. All I wanted to do was find out if the manuscript or whatever you call it really was there or not. That's the only reason I was in the place. For Iris's sake. Isn't that right? We knew why you'd done it from the start, Gina. Of course we did. But I knew you wouldn't do anything like that, Ginny. I just knew it. So, when I saw the manuscript in the storeroom, it reminded me of what you'd said the night before. Grown-ups do a lot worse than that, believe me. Bare-faced liars, a lot of them. Just ain't realized it yet. I'm telling you, that mental script in that windy bag. Soon see you at a look. Honest. I have wondered if Hurley's telling me the truth. And that I sometimes wonder if he might have hidden my manuscript somewhere. Somewhere I don't know. I know it's wrong of me to doubt him. Oh, Ginny, that was so sweet of you. You're right. Tell you what I did. Why I did. Stop looking at me like that, Iris. It weren't because of Iris. That's not why I did it. I just wanted to know the truth, that's all. You wanted to know if Mr. Stones was being honest? If he'd really deposited the manuscript at Windy Bank? It's like I told you the night before. I never had a father. Iris's lot ain't like mine. She's got her dad, only she can't see him. I reckon that's gotta be harder. That's why she writes her stories. They're about her dad, really. That's what it sounded like to me, anyway. Last night, when I was listening to what you were saying, stories about Daddy? You mean they're not the adventures of a great detective? So much as the adventures of a great detective and his trusty partner? Oh, that's how I see it, yeah. You're so thoughtful. You're so kind, Ginny. Yes. And we never thought any different, did we? Look, give it a rest, will ya? I ate this tummy nonsense. You hear? I ate it. I trust no one, right? That's how I work. Because if you don't trust no one can let you down. So leave me alone. Go on, Scarper. I hadn't noticed until now, but it's unmistakable. Right there on both sleeves of the overcoat are some very suspicious red stains. What? Why are you looking at me like that? I think it might be worth presenting some of our other findings in that area to Ginny now. Do you see this pawnbroker's ticket, Gina? It's the one you took to Windy Banks, isn't it? The one for that black overcoat that you're wearing now. Hey, what? That? I don't know. They all look the same to me, those tickets. Really not. Well, this one has a very obvious mark on it. That would appear to be blood. Hey? Does that ring any bells? I don't know. It all looks the same to me, blood. And they all sound the same to me, these answers, just pictures. Those stains on the sleeves of your new coat, Gina, they're blood, aren't they? Not that I know whose blood yet. What? Blood? Mr. Nadahudo! You don't appear to have any obvious wounds yourself, though. So could it be blood that splattered from Mr. Windybank when he was shot last night? Let's not beat around the bush here. This trusty friend of mine will get results much faster than anything else. Hey, take it easy, Iris. Don't move, Jeannie. I'm going to shoot. Oh. Oh my. What the? Forget the sleeves. The whole coat is covered in blood. Of course. The black color of the fabric was masking the stains. That's why we haven't seen them until now. And the blood has reacted with the chemical to turn a purple color, which matches one of the samples we've already collected perfectly. Yes, now let's see. Who had the purple blood? Aha, yes, it was the brickmaker, Mr. Mason, the victim of the murder case 2 months ago. Knew it. What are you all on about? The victim? What do you mean? It's a rather uncomfortable situation, Mr. Nadahudo, but I think this makes things quite clear. It means the omnibus case is finally solved. The truth about who really murdered the brickmaker, Mr. Mason, is revealed. Boy, would someone explain what's going on? Stop telling half a story. We can see now that the victim's blood is all over Mr. McGilda's overcoat. But in the trial 2 months ago, the defendant said this in his testimony. Now I ask you, what good-hearted soul wouldn't rush to help a fellow bleeding from his stomach? I wasn't about to start worrying about my gloves now, was I? I reached out to give the man a hand. But if you look at this overcoat now, it's clear. These stains could have arisen from Mr. McGilda trying to pull the victim to his feet. No, that was what really happened. The blood would have splashed all over the front of the coat. Wouldn't have splashed all over the front of the coat. The only explanation for this pattern of blood is that it splattered over Mr. McGilded's coat when he stabbed the victim in the stomach. I tried to run from the truth for long enough. There's no escaping it now. The true culprit in that case, Mr. Mason's killer, was Magnus McGilded. Mr. Nadahudo, that horrible case is solved at last. And I helped the man walk free from that trial. I used all that twisted testimony and all that sham evidence to prove his innocence. How could I have let that happen? Bruno, did you believe him, though? Did you believe Mr. McGilded was innocent? I believed. Or rather, I think I was trying to believe. I wanted to. Because believing in those you representing court, the defense lawyer's greatest weapon. Weapon? Before we came to Great Britain, a great friend of mine taught me a valuable lesson. You mean Kazuma-sama? Listen, Rinosuke. We lawyers are only human. We can't know for sure what is the truth and what is a lie. Which is why we must resort to our primary weapon. An unwavering belief in our clients. That's all we really have. Unwavering belief? Only when we truly believe what our clients tell us can we fight with everything we have for their case. In any battle, there can be no victory without faith. So I believe you, unwaveringly. What's funny, dude? Or sounds like like in this Empire of Japan, come from everyone must be soft. Well, come on, look at the mess that's got you into believing in that bog trotter. Yes, I inadvertently helped the murderer walk free. Well, at least you've learned your lesson now, eh? Believing in people is never worth it. Someone's always stabs you in the back in the end. As soon as you let down your guard, you've had it. Take a leaf out of my book. Leave no one, get hurt by no one. Tina, may I ask you something? What? I'd just like to make absolutely sure. What would you like us to do with these representation stickers for tomorrow's trial? How many times do I have to say it? Rip them up and chuck them away. Are you really sure that's what you want? That's what he wants. Oh, now, Mr. I'm a believer lawyer over there. Don't forget it was me in that trial 2 months ago. I led everyone up the garden path, didn't I? And you're telling me you can believe in me after that? Not likely. Well, Mr. Nadahudo, a lawyer's primary weapon is an unwavering belief in his client. Ultimately, it comes down to whether or not I feel I can trust Gina after anything that's happened. Well, Di, do you trust her? After what she's been through? Gina, let me say it again. Please allow me to represent you in tomorrow's trial. Hey, are you F-bait? Not at all. You've not once admitted to committing the crime, have you? What's more, I believe that you're telling me the truth. Seriously, Mr. Naruto? Didn't you hear all of what I said before? I'm a born liar. Fibs just tripped me off me tongue. And I'm a diver, don't forget. I pulled the wool over your eyes 2 months ago and got you into all sorts of trouble. Why would you ever trust me now? I just don't get it. Tina, I do understand why you choose not to put your trust in others. But I assure you, there is more to this life than you yet realize. What do you mean? The world we live in is full of people you would do very well to trust. People who won't ever let you down. Eh? It's true that I'm just a student of law. And I'm certainly lacking in courtroom experience. But I can promise you this. Whatever happens, until my very last breath, I am completely on your side. Well, what do you expect me to say to that? Then it's decided. I will take these papers now and carry out the necessary preparations for tomorrow's trial. It would be a shame to throw them away now after it's been penned with your name so beautifully. What are you like? You Eastern are a lot of... I don't know what you are. I don't get ya. Gina's taken herself off to the back of herself. She'd never admit it, but I hope she's feeling relieved. That turned out all right in the end, I think. Whoever's hiding there, show yourself at once. Eavesdropping is the height of cowardice. Miss Susato, somebody is there in the shadows. I can sense it. Somebody who wasn't there before. What? Blimey, you're sharp, eh? I suppose you were using one of those mystic Japanese art. Like the art of stealth I heard so much about. If anyone was being stealthy, it was you, Inspector. Craigsie! Oh dear me, I am most terribly sorry, your ladyship. I didn't mean to startle you. How long have you been listening in our conversation? Good grief, listening in? No. Just got word that there were some visitors who were refusing to leave even though it was after hours. I assure you, your ladyship, I only just arrived this very minute, not a moment late earlier. That's all it is. Nothing untoward, nothing at all. Here now. He walked right behind the computer. After hours? Is it that late already? So then, I'll humbly excuse myself. Now, your ladyship. Ta-ta, toodle, cheerio, all the best, bye, bye, bye. That's a lot of farewells, and not one of them appropriate for her ladyship. Oh, but I wanted to have a chat. I'm terribly sorry, but time is pressing at the moment. At the minute. Oh, I see. That's a shame. If I don't get this emergency at the Supreme Court dealt with sharpish, Lord Strongheart will, well, emergency? Lord Strongheart? Nothing. Forget I said anything. Anyway, I'm off. Alright, Gregsy, if you have to, but let's chat soon. Delighted, charmed. Can't wait. If you please, my pleasure. That's a lot of pleasantries, and not one of them sounded sincere. Gracie's so funny. He says such silly things. It's certainly entertaining to see an inspector of the police fawning to a 10-year-old girl. But anyway, I wonder what this emergency is at the Supreme Court. I must attend the court clerk's office now before it closes. Yes, of course. Thank you, Mr. Sato. Kindly escort Iris home now, Mr. Naruhodo. I shall meet you there later. And so our investigation came to an end. Sato-san went to file the necessary papers for my defense of Gina the following day. Then it hit me. I could no longer suppress the wretched feelings that I had been gnawing away at my inside. Tomorrow, Sato-san would be leaving Britain and making her way back home. Naruhodo-san, it's been a very trying day, hasn't it? I do hope you're not too exhausted. By you, Sato-san. Today's been even more trying for you, I'm sure. Mr. Sholmes was shot before our eyes and was arrested. All on the back of the news that her father has fallen ill and that she must return at once. Hope your father recovers soon. Thank you for your kind words. Wonder why it is. So many thoughts rage in my head like a storm, and yet I seem unable to find the words to express any of them. I know exactly what you mean. Anyway, I have one final task to complete as your judicial assistant. Once that is done, I shall make preparations for my departure tomorrow. One final task? It's just 2 months since we arrived in London, but we've managed to establish this office. I was finally feeling as though we were settling. I would be lying if I said I felt no regret. I'm so sorry, Sato-san. It's just so sudden. Really don't know what to think. I had no time to gather my thoughts. No, we've only been here a short time, but my limited experience in the courtroom, I feel I've learned. What would that be? It seems to me there are many facets to people's personality. Facets? And like a jewel, the light plays off them in complex patterns, illuminating their actions. But we only see a small number. I think that's a typo. But we only see a small number of the total facets. And what is illuminated is only a part of the whole story. What lies in the shadows? What do those facets we cannot see look like? Perhaps there are some parts we'll never lay eyes on, for as long as we live. That's so true. Sometimes I feel as though I'm blind to so much. I keep hoping that one day will all become clear, that all the facets will be illuminated, and we'll finally understand how everything fits together. Haruhudo-san, I suppose what matters is that we keep our eyes open, keep moving forward, even if the ways sometimes seem dark. It's amazing to think and just you've grown so much. Sorry? What? Oh no, it was nothing. Unimportant. You know what time you will... I picked up my ticketer. We shall be leaving here at 4 a.m. See, well, I'll escort you to the... Absolutely not. Sorry? I'm sure you realize why I couldn't possibly let you do that. You have a very important day ahead of you tomorrow. Trial. Yes, I know, but every word you utter will have the potential to determine your fate. You must get as much rest as possible. Even though, like me, I'm sure you will find it hard to sleep. Please, for me, try. You mentioned one final task. Oh my, I nearly forgot. Please, I want you to have this. What is that? Some huge bundle of documents? I know. From the case 2 months ago. The murder that was committed on the omnibus. I feel the... It seems to me that this case is the Windybank's murder, of which Gina is accused, very much tied up with that omnibus, ways that are not yet completely apparent. I took the liberty of consolidating, writing out the case. Everything she's had to think about. Sato-san still managed to do this, and all neatly laid out for me in beautiful handwriting. My pleasure. I can only hope that it will bolster your case tomorrow for Gina. Thank you so much, Miss Sato-san. I will do my best to keep it wisely. You really are the best judicial assistant in the world. Well, that's extremely flattering. Sorry to say, I've been a complete failure. Sorry? I didn't quite catch what you... Oh. You're just mumbling to myself. She said she was a failure. I don't think she has. Well, getting rather late. I think you should go to bed now, Naruhudo-san. I must finish packing up my things. Sato-san, I wish you the very best of luck tomorrow. Good night. Hey, there's something I need to say. Hey-ya! What was that? A secret technique of mine. The Susato shutdown. Shut down. Please, I implore you. If we have to voice our goodbyes, I won't be able to hold back my. Susato-san. Surely had been a trying day. On our feet for hours, getting Gina to open up to us, learning the truth about that nemesis of a case. Physically and mentally, I was exhausted. Yet the idea of sleep seemed impossible. But I forced myself to close my eyes. And as a cacophony of scenes of our lives here in London played through my mind, eventually my fatigue triumphed, and I fell into a deep sleep. Yes, right under. That is a great weight off my mind. Rest assured, I shall put everything in place, exactly as we have discussed. Thank you. It's been an honor and pleasure to be acquainted with you, Mr. Holmes. On the contrary, pleasure has been mine. I bid you farewell. Godspeed. My dear madam. So Susato-san went to go see Sherlock Holmes in the hospital before leaving. I think we're going to end it here because we're going to start the trial, the next one. I'm aware of that, Phoenix. What's that? Heard the next one is pretty long. Well, Leo's telling me that the first part of the trial is about 2 hours. But, you know, we have to give time. We have to give time for Daiusi to actually do her thing. And then the next part is supposed to be 3 hours. But yeah. I think we're going to call it here. Okay. All right. All right. All right. So some of the things that I'm doing. If you want to rest your voice, you can take a break next week. I don't need to rest my voice. So if you don't need to take a break, then we'll move right on to resolve. And the reason why I'm choosing not to take a break is because I'm not exactly training my voice. That's kind of the thing. So tomorrow we're gonna be working on more Dragon Warrior. We're gonna be working on trying to find the next area, because I think I picked up the armor. I think yeah, I think that's where I'm at in that one, and we should be able to find the shield and the sword, and then we go defeat Dragon War. So I think we have 2 more gameplays of that. Right after Dragon Warrior, we're going to be going straight to Sherlock Holmes. That's going to give me a little bit more time tomorrow, because tomorrow I have the day off, and I'm going to see if there's any mods for Sherlock Holmes to see if I can bring the quality up. I'm going to check Nexus mods and see if there's anything for Sherlock Holmes, but we'll see. I wish you could see my monitor displays, because I injected some color saturation into it to mimic HDR, and they actually look pretty good. And I'm hoping to set up OBS. I can't really set it up so it actually stream that way, because I don't have the graphics card set up to do that. But I can mimic the colors so you can actually see it on stream. Because right now it seems like things are washed out a little bit. So I want to get the blacks into it and the shadows into it, so you can actually see it a little bit better. And it's going to be a lot easier on the eye if we do it that way. So hopefully things are going to look better on screen. And if I get, I'm working on trying to get a new router, so that's what we're working towards. We are going to raid. Thank you for the hashtag. We're going to look for a raid target. Well, we didn't do Light Gazer last night, so he's still not streaming on Twitch. So let's just raid YouTube this time. Yeah, he was on both of them for a while there. I don't know why he's not raiding on Twitch. Well, no, he would be showing up for me, because I go to under following. He should be listed under there. That means he's not live at the moment. So we're going to just raid Light Gazer on YouTube. So give Light Gazer, an ad break is starting soon. We're not doing an ad break theory bot. We're actually going to be ending. So give Light Gazer a like and a subscribe, and we are out.